was the worst days. Now we sip champagne when we thirsty.
The Notorious B.I.G, or Christopher George Latore Wallace, was an American rapper from Brooklyn, New York. Wallace was known for his easygoing style, dark, semi-autobiographical lyrics, and ability to narrate stories. He is widely regarded as one of the most influential and renowned rappers of all time. Wallace started rapping whilst he was in high school. Wallace recorded a demo cassette after being released from prison under the moniker Biggie Smalls, a reference to a character in the 1975 film Let's Do It Again. So, for today's video, let's now disclose the truth behind the Notorious B.I.G murder. But before we get into it, do me a favor and smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button for notifications whenever a new video is published. The unsolved mystery of the Notorious B.I.G. Only a few people in the courtroom were aware of the unusual events of the previous days. An anonymous late-night phone tip, an unprecedented lockdown of a Los Angeles Police Department section, and a cache of secret, damning papers. The next day, Judge Cooper released a written judgment in which she said that she had come to think that the LAPD had purposefully withheld a large quantity of evidence that pointed to the rogue officer's participation in the rapper's death. Sanders, 51, is a mercurial Louisianan with a shaved head and pale eyes who gives him the appearance of a more intellectual Bruce Willis. The attorney had spent most of his early adulthood in the music industry, having played as a guitarist and singer all over the Southern club circuit during his years in college and law school. He was the son of Perry R. Sanders Sr., one of the South's most well-known Baptist pastors. Sanders co-owned the Baton Rouge recording studio, Disc Productions, where he and two partners created and recorded jingles for firms including Hilton and Honda by the time he passed the bar in 1982. Sanders relocated to Nashville after a few years, working in entertainment law during the day and as a composer and producer at night, and then to Los Angeles, where he was a partner in the studio West Side Sound. He eventually returned to Louisiana and resumed his legal career, focusing on environmental and civil rights lawsuits. By his mid-40s, he had amassed sufficient wealth to dedicate his great energy to whatever piqued his attention. The murderer seems to have taken advantage of recent complacency among B.I.G's crew. Marion Suge Knight, the infamous CEO of Death Row Records, had been sentenced to prison a month before, and there was a general sense that tensions between the major East Coast and West Coast rap labels were easing, and that the gun violence that had erupted 6 months earlier with Tupac Shakur's murder in Las Vegas was coming to an end. Some people believed that the blue-jacketed Crips, who had supported Puffy Combs and the Notorious B.I.G, would reach an agreement with the red-jacketed Bloods, who had supported Suge and Tupac. Notorious B.I.G was killed by a hitman hired by Suge Knight. According to Phil Carson, a veteran agent, Suge Knight hired a hitman to assassinate Sean P. Diddy Combs in 1997. The assassination was said to be revenge for Tupac Shakur's death. At the time of the hit in Los Angeles on March 9, 1997, the rapper Notorious B.I.G, whose official name was Christopher Wallace and who also went by the moniker Biggie Smalls, was in the same car as Sean Diddy Combs. Instead of Combs, the Notorious B.I.G was slain in the attack. At the time, he was just 24 years old. In the event on his murder, no charges were brought. Suge Knight's Death Row Records in Los Angeles and Sean Combs' Bad Boy Records in New York have long been suspected of being involved in the murder. Bad Boy Records had signed Smalls to a deal. According to rumors, Billups changed his name to Amir Muhammad after converting, but has recently changed it back. According to the retired agent, his accused murderer was Amir Muhammad, formerly known as Harry Billups, a member of the Nation of Islam. In addition, the former FBI agent believes that corrupt policemen from the Los Angeles Police Department were involved in the murder's cover-up. Suge Knight is serving a 28-year sentence after being convicted of murder in a hit-and-run case in 2018. Billups is a real estate agent in Georgia, according to reports. Carson, on the other hand, maintains that his assertions concerning Muhammad are backed up by eyewitness testimony and other circumstantial evidence, such as the man's shady connections and incidents that happened around the time of the shooting, which prompted more suspicions. Muhammad was apparently a long-standing acquaintance of David Mack, a former Los Angeles police officer on death row's payroll, who did time in jail in August 1997 5 months after Biggie's death for a robbery at the Bank of America branch in Los Angeles. So, do you think that the death of Notorious B.I.G. was planned? Do you think it was a form of revenge? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And before leaving, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications on our future content. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one.